There is nothing more fun, RC, than football in the snow, at least watching it. Not sure what it's like playing it. Steelers and Browns, the rivalry renewed, the snow all over the coach. Fourth quarter, Browns leading at 10-6, fourth and goal, and they're going for it.
Listen, you go for it. Here is Jameis Winston with everlasting faith, trusting in God and getting it to the end zone.
Wow. Take a look. The battery for his communication system comes off in his helmet. I think, madness. 16-6. Then, Bart, here's the two-point conversion we just saw on top plays to Njoku.
And this is what you need. And this came down to become a pivotal point. You needed that two-point conversion to make it difficult for Pittsburgh later in the game.
Yeah, so it's 18-6, and you figure ball game, right? Wrong. Here comes Justin Fields streaking down the sideline.
Justin Fields has a package of plays that they put him in the game for. And this is huge. They wanted to see him be explosive in the run game, and actually reminds me of what Joshua Cribbs did to us in 2009 from the Wildcats.
That leads to this. Jalen Warren punches it in. Steelers make it 18-13 with just under 8 minutes remaining. Same score. Browns have a 2nd and 9. Winston trying to get something done. Bart, the ball is going to be loose.
Oh, ball security is job security, but this isn't on Jameis Winston. The left tackle gets beat like a drum, and the comeback is on.
Comeback very much on with the celebratory Snow Angels and then RC. How about this throw from Russell?
Listen, this is a huge throw from Russell Wilson. Rarely do we see him use and utilize the field inside the numbers. Calvin Austin with a big-time play and a big-time catch against the blitz.
Steelers up 19-18. They go for the 2. They don't get it. So it's a 1-point game. 2 minutes left. Here's the big play. This is a 3rd and 2. Jameis in trouble. Should this have been intentional?
Hell yeah, Greeny. Yeah, it should have been intentional greening.
That's
grounding.
Both of them.
I can't. Intentional greening.
What it's called ultimately is illegal touching, which is a 5-yard penalty.
The cop-out.
Mike Tomlin has a tough decision to make. He winds up accepting the penalty, so 3rd and 7 instead of 4th and 2 probably made sense, but it didn't work out. On the 3rd and 7, this is Winston, this is Jerry Jeudy. That's a first down, and they're driving, and that would lead to Nick Chubb giving the Browns the lead into the final minute.
Normally, I want all good things for Nick Chubb, except for last night. This is a huge physical run to get to the end zone.
And so the Steelers have one last chance. 6 seconds left from the 35-yard line. The Hail Mary is up. Bart, what do we do?
All right, you knock it down. They gave him a chance.
And that's what they do. They knock it down. Myles Garrett and company can celebrate. He had a big night. Jameis a big night. The Browns win it 24-19. Afterward, George Pickens, nonplussed.
Salty.
Just keep grinding. Like I said, conditions played a huge, huge part in today's game. I don't really think the Cleveland Browns are a good team at all. I think the conditions kind of saved them today.
You didn't like that?
Well, it's salty, right? And it's a sign of immaturity, right? Because the same thing can be said about the Steelers at times, right? Listen, this team, the Cleveland Browns, you know Jameis Winston can get hot. And he got hot. He played well. He didn't turn the football over. He made big plays. This team rallies around Jameis Winston. But also, this is AFC North football, and this is what you're going to have to deal with going forward. This team, this Cleveland Browns team, has beat the Baltimore Ravens, and they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know that they have talent. We just know that they haven't been getting production from the best position on the team, which is the quarterback.
Not only that, but RC, you were telling us this morning, and I wish you'd been here yesterday when we all picked the Steelers.
So did I.
There's one reason, though, that we should have seen this coming.
So I always, when we would get the schedule, the first thing you look for is the bye week. The second thing you look for is primetime games. And the third thing you look for is who you played the week after the Baltimore Ravens, because you understood the toll that game could take on you. And I know we want to sit here and always talk about, hey, you prepare for every game the same and they all matter equally. But that's a lie. We say that on TV. We say that for the media, so you think we prepare and we put the same thing into it every single week. You get treatment differently when you're playing the Baltimore Ravens and you're a Pittsburgh Steeler. You study film differently when you're playing the Baltimore Ravens and you're a Pittsburgh Steeler. And the toll that winning or losing that game takes on you is extreme compared to any other game, most emotionally, physically, and also mentally. And so now you have to prepare to play the Cleveland Browns on a Thursday night, where the Pittsburgh Steelers are historically bad after a huge win over the Baltimore Ravens. They asked Dante Jackson during the week, was this a trap game? He's been in Carolina, so every game was a trap game, and he couldn't really explain that it was, but it absolutely was, especially playing a team from a city that all they want to do is beat Big Brother, and we saw that happen last night.
This was their Super Bowl last night, right, Dan?
It was.
We have been. I feel like every single week is a referendum on the Steelers.
Yeah.
So what do we
they're
say
8-3, so it's been pretty good.
Mostly, but that's not. again, with this thought notwithstanding, that's a game I spent the whole day yesterday talking about how, well, look, they're going to be 9-2 and they're going to be a Super Bowl team, and now all of a sudden, here we are. Where are we?
I oddly came out of last night feeling a little bit better about the Steelers because, the Browns go up 18-6 in the fourth quarter, and I'm thinking, well, that's it. Like, the Steelers in this offense are not coming back in these conditions. And they did. They come back and take the lead. I know they got a couple turnovers, but the Justin Fields stuff is real. They've been thinking about this all year. Like, when Russell Wilson was supposed to be the starter week 1, before he got hurt on like Thursday of that week, they were planning to use Justin Fields as well. They had these packages in mind, and it's not just specialty stuff. They have an actual philosophical reason for doing it. They get some good stuff done in the run game with him. Now all of a sudden Cleveland brings everybody up, and you can take some shots deep. If they can start incorporating this, and I think you saw some good signs from it last night, then I think that sets them up better as an offense going forward, some of the trouble spots they've had.